Hello and welcome. My name is Christoph Putz and I'm your IT career guide. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a job description for a systems administrator and we'll go through the different bullet points for this job description. We're doing this to really help you to understand how to take a job description apart or how to develop a skill set from most common job descriptions as a systems administrator. Each role for each company is slightly different, but there are certain basics that you need to have. And if you don't have that skill set, using a job description will help you to identify gaps in your knowledge and then study for it, potentially back it up with a certification, and then really be fully prepared when you see the right job description at the company you always wanted to work at. Go and apply and really land that job of your dreams. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of this video, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. It really helps me with YouTube. Same thing if you give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. I really appreciate it. But so now let's take a look at the job description for a systems administrator. We'll go through it point by point and then I will explain again what you're looking for when you find a different type of job description so that you can prepare yourself and set yourself up for success. So the job description I have here today is for a Microsoft Windows Systems Administrator. First of all, most job descriptions in one way or the other list that you have to be able to support software applications and server systems, so meaning the operating system and applications that run on these servers. These systems could be email, it could be some sort of virtualization, it could be web servers, backup servers, storage servers, certain application servers that are dedicated to a certain software application. So where you really have to look at the operating system in more detail and the application. The application might require specific knowledge and it could be different wherever you apply for work. So read the job description. But there are certain applications that are used in so many different companies. So it's a great skill to pick it up once you identify those. Then you need to understand the basic network administration, network troubleshooting, really having that larger picture. And as I talk about troubleshooting, of course you need to be able to do troubleshooting on the hardware level for the server or servers. You need to be able to do troubleshooting on the network layer. You need to be able to troubleshoot physical hardware, be it servers or network switches, and then of course troubleshooting the operating system and software applications. If you have dedicated staff for applications or for the network as an example, you still want to be able to do a basic level of troubleshooting and provide that information to your peers so that they can pick up the pieces and run with them quickly and provide a solution so that the disruption for the business is kept as small as possible. Another task system administrators need to do is really like managing systems. Specifically now in the days of cloud, you need to be able to, let's say, administer or manage certain tasks in Microsoft 365, formerly Office 365. So be it Azure Active Directory, email in the cloud, SharePoint in the cloud, so email online, SharePoint online, Microsoft Teams, and all the other services that come with Microsoft. You might even run virtual machines in the cloud. And that again goes back to you have to be able to understand how do you provision virtual machines in the cloud? How do you connect those to your internal network? And so on. So it's really critical that you build up that skill set and understand how these pieces work. Do you have a dedicated connection into Microsoft's cloud, or is it just a VPN tunnel? Or is it open and you just send it encrypted traffic between two ports, between your virtual machine and your network? Depending on what the situation is, that might just be sufficient, but you have to think about security. Security is the next item that you will find on most job descriptions, and that starts with patching systems and being able to apply, let's say, file and folder permissions, understanding security groups and the roles and everything that comes with it. So security is a difficult item that laps over into information security, but that's already several steps further. So for you, you need to understand the basics. Again, if you work in a larger environment, you will have peers on the other side, but your InfoSec guys do not want to help you setting up a secured folder or create a security group. That is something that you need to know and that you need to understand. In addition to those tasks, you have to work with different vendors. You might have to call their support line and ask for support. You might have a dedicated support contract, or you might have to deal with contract expiration. You have to think about ordering systems and then do some project planning related to it, but dealing with those vendors and creating those vendor relationships and frequently talking to the sales rep or the account manager just to stay up to date with what new technology is the vendor developing and how does it apply to you. So you want to stay ahead of the curve and spend at least a little bit of time managing your vendors, not from just the knowledge perspective, but with everything for the complete service that you try to receive from them. So next we want to talk about identity access management. So creating user accounts, verifying that the user that is logging on to the system is the actual user and not somebody impersonating that individual. So something like multi-factor authentication, using something like Okta. And then a large portion of your role will be working on projects, rolling out new systems, replacing systems, implementing new systems for other teams, not just for the IT department or group. So you need to be able to look at the bigger picture. You need to be able to work as part of a team, as a project team. You need to be able to do work and communicate with the project manager and the other stakeholders, and be able to play a major role in a project rollout and drive it to success as well. A project is not just sitting on one person's shoulders. So there's really teamwork required, and that's where you have to hone your team working skills a little bit. So this was a very generic job description. I'm not reading it the way you find it on a website. This is more going into the individual details. Those are the basics. There will always be a little more. Some companies put emphasis on their specific products or on their specific industry where you need to have certain knowledge. So healthcare industry or pharmaceutical industry or legal, software development, whatever floats your boat. So there are so many different options that go on top of it, but the basics, this is what I really mentioned here, where you need to have the right skill set. So I hope this gives you an idea of what to look for and how to use a job description. Use a job description as like a guideline of skills that you need to have. Then you start working on developing those skills to obtain the knowledge. And then the next time when a job description comes around at a company where you really want to work at, or when you're at that next step of your career and you're looking for that next opportunity, you are ready. Don't wait until you want to make the next move to then start looking at job descriptions and it's like, oof, I don't have many of these skills. I have to look for a different job, so I have to look for a different opportunity. Use a job description really today to start mapping out a plan. In a couple of months or maybe a little longer, you will be ready. And then when that job description again comes around, you will be there. You are the most qualified candidate. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well. And then I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.